Dexy, I know you're gonna kill this shit.
Yo, people, what you telling me? Back again for another footy talk. Don, what's good, my bro?
I'm good, man. You know what I mean? Obviously, we didn't do a show last week and whatnot. You know, life got in the way and whatnot, people. So I couldn't even come on here to talk about Tyreek George. You know what I'm saying? But don't worry about that. We're still going to talk about him today. Yeah? Because that's someone that I said I've got a lot of time for, right? 2 wins on the bounce. It should have even been 3 if we could fucking take our chances against Ipswich and whatnot, you know? But it's lovely being back, man. You know, I'm still seeing United. You know, you got to thank me, Rants, because I beat Everton, bro. And that helped you go up a little bit in the table. You're now 14th. You know what I mean? Not 15th in the table. But big up the chat. Big up the chat.
You're taking a piss, bruv. Yeah, big up the chat. Man, I already know what time it is. Man said Tyreek George. Listen, bro, take the floor, innit? You know what I'm saying? Take the floor. Tyreek George. What about him?
Bro, listen. I said play this guy up top, man. You know, right now Jackson's drowning. We can't get any worse than playing him, because that's someone that knows that role. He's played there in the academy before. And listen, every time I've seen him playing up top, he actually looks like he can play there, bro. His movement.
Didn't Jackson bag last game, though?
Yeah, Jackson bagged last game, but I'm talking about obviously the game against Fulham. That was before the last game, innit? And it was the right decision, man, to bring him on off the bench, like I said, because bro, that game against Fulham, because I was even there, the chances that we were creating, Rants, they were perfect for someone like him because we kept cutting it back. Yeah, we kept cutting it back, where you just need to take it quickly, snapshot, boom, it goes in. You feel me? You know, and it's weird, bro, because the last 2 games we've been clinical. That's the main reason why. Yeah, Evil Saka, yeah, big up Evil Saka, bro. You know what's even so funny about this? I was speaking to his uncle, bro, after the game. Yeah, I was at Fulham Broadway Station. One guy sees me, he's talking to me, and then I was like, he's like, yeah, fuck with your content and that. He's like, I'm Tyreek's uncle. I said, raw, you're actually his uncle, yeah? So yeah, man, I got speaking to his uncle and that, but telling you, bro, George, I've got a lot of time for him, innit? I'm hoping that we don't sell this guy in the summer, man. But yeah, I think right now, the past 2 games, like I said, we've been very clinical. Jackson with a very good goal the other day. Obviously last week, Neto had a good goal as well, and George as well. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only way we're going to get top 5. Like I keep telling you, Rants, we need to be clinical, bro, because we keep getting the chances, but we haven't been finishing them. You feel me?
No, I hear that. Do you know what I mean? And you're at the part of the season right now where all that matters really is the results.
100%. 100%, bro. You know, obviously, I still want to see some level of performances as well. Like, I don't want to be seeing us. Look, I'll take it however we should get it. But let's be real. We've got more than enough right now to be playing some good football, bro. Right? Yeah. The other day was one of the first games in a long time where I was looking at Maresca ball, and it feels like it's been ages because we had Lavia, bro. Right? We had Caicedo that inverted from right back, and Lavia was just sweeping up any second balls that were coming in, bro. Right? Our counter press in this game was exactly how it was at the start of the season. And that's why I keep telling people, like, for me, when they say Maresca out, I'm like, I'm quite patient with this guy right now, because as bad as it's been in the second half of the season, when I was seeing this guy having these key players and that fit, the football we were playing, bro, I wasn't seeing anyone playing better football in the league. You can argue Liverpool at the time, cool, but Chelsea were playing some very, very good football start of the season, bro, right? We were literally won 5 games in a row for a reason, right? And that's because we had the likes of Fofana fit, the likes of Lavia fit, who help us do exactly what Maresca wants to do. Yeah, Lavia is so key in that first phase, bro. He's like the conductor of the team. You know the guy when the choir does this, bro, and everyone follows. Yeah, that's Lavia, bro. He slows down the play. He increases the tempo. When he wins the ball back as well, Rants, he just plays it in between the lines. The amount of times we kept catching Everton in our build-up play because Lavia is just winning it and giving it straight to Palmer, giving it straight to Enzo. It was very good. And you're talking about a team that fucking has a low block most of the time, but we were finding a lot of spaces, bro. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm happy in it that next season we're gonna have Santos, we're gonna have Esugo in the squad as well, because in the second half, I don't know if you watched the game. Did you watch the game, by the way, on Sunday?
No, I didn't watch it.
Okay. So when Lavia came off the pitch in the second half, obviously he just came up from injury. Yeah, we lost a little bit of control in it because he wasn't there. It was Reece that was looking to invert into the midfield, right? Whereas if you had a Santos or an Esugo off the bench and you bring him on, it would be the same thing, yeah? Because they're similar sort of profiles. They're the ones that are able to win back the ball. They're the ones that are able to help counter press, right? Caicedo, bro, when Lavia's there, it allows Caicedo to counter press from the front. And you see the way Caicedo wins the ball back, Rants, yeah? He's a deep, yeah?
Yeah.
You don't want Caicedo hunting you down in your own half because you know what time it is when he's coming for you, bro. You know what I mean?
No, 100%. Now that's probably his best strength, winning the ball back. It just so happens that he's good on the ball as well, bro. Like he's a quality ball winning midfielder. So
quality, bro. He's elite
together. Obviously, if you can have him and Lavia available for the majority of the season, it makes a massive difference, bro, because they complement each other well, innit? So
bro, they complement each other really so well.
But Lavia's not reliable.
Exactly, bro. Yeah, bro. Lavia, that's what I'm saying, bro. Lavia, he's so key, man, because I was going back and forth with people before, like, how can Lavia be a key player when he's never fit? And I'm like, bro, I get what you're saying in terms of, you know, his availability, right? But when you talk about the quality of the player, what he brings to the team when he's here, bro, this guy starts for us and he's one of our key players in exactly what we want to do. You know what I mean? He's so key in what we want to do. That's why it's frustrating that he hasn't been able to stay fit. Because if you guys want to talk about our defense, we haven't had Lavia most of the season, and we still have the 4th best defense in the league, right? Our defense will probably be even a lot better with Lavia because he's going to help the centre backs, right? We have mid-table centre backs, Rants, and we have the 4th best defense in the league, yeah? So how am I really gonna keep talking about Maresca out? He's improved.
It's a structure thing. I hear it.
The structure's improved defensively. We're not being run through the midfield like what we used to. Obviously, Caicedo's helping us with that as well. But if you go look at the other day, bro, our defense had a very good game. I like to go Chalobah in a lot of games, but he was class, bro. On and off the ball, he was brilliant. Colwell in this game against Beto started off a little bit iffy. He grew into the game. He was brilliant, bro. Cucurella again.
But I would say, yeah, like when you look at Chelsea, yeah, your main weakness has been your attack. You haven't been scoring goals. I wouldn't say that your defense is what people were saying was the problem with Chelsea, bro.
No,
like you just,
no, they were.
Your attack is dead.
They were.
Right.
Obviously, look, two things can be right at once, isn't it? I'm not saying that we've got a good defense. I'm not saying our defense is strong. What I'm saying is our defense isn't as bad as what people are making it out to be. And I said this from the start of the season, right? Because people like to cook our defense, bro. But how can our defense going into May be the 4th best in the league? It's not adding up, right? It's not adding up. The issue that we've got with our defense is that individual mistakes is what kills us. If you go look at how many goals we've conceded from direct mistakes this season, we're up there in the league, bro. That's the goalkeeper. That's our players, right?
Definitely the goalkeeper.
The goalkeeper, bro, he's conceded what, like 5-6 goals from direct mistakes. Yeah. Jorgensen against Villa, we lost that game because he threw it into the back of the net, right?
Yeah.
Sanchez against Man City doing some fuckery. Yeah. Sanchez last season against Declan Rice, bro. Right? There's so many little things in this team where it's like our defense would be even better if we had better players, right? You look at the defending against Ipswich, Colwell and Chalobah. Bro, if we had better defenders, that goal's not happening. Yeah. That first goal's not happening. That second goal's not happening. So as much as people like to blame Maresca for these things, I've got to look at the player first, right? You don't rate these guys, but then when they get cooked, you want to go straight to the manager. Or why is the manager not improving them? Sometimes, bro, some of these guys they're just not that good. You know what I mean?
No, you're right. But I think that there can be multiple things going on at the same time. It can be that the players are underperforming, but it can also be that either the manager is not playing the right balance of players or he's not setting them up in a way that's beneficial to them. Because like even people are pointing out the former Cole Palmer, like, and they're putting that down to the structure as well, bro. Like, so I don't know. For me, when I look at football teams, I have to look at is the way that you're playing, maximizing the quality of the majority of your players or a minority of your players, innit? And that's how I tend to decide whether a manager's doing well or not. And it's weird because when I look at Chelsea, I don't see loads of players that are thriving in the system. I see a few. That's my main concern.
Like who? Name them.
Well, Cucurella seems to be thriving in the system. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And bro, when I'm talking about thriving, I'm talking about players that wasn't necessarily thriving in other systems, bro. Like Caicedo's gonna thrive in any system because he's Caicedo. I think Lavia is kind of the same. Yeah, like who's really thriving? Like maybe Enzo to a certain degree as well. Like that's 2 men. Like, do you know what I mean?
Madueke's that's not improved this season. He's improved this season.
Brother, I don't think Madueke thrives in any system other than maybe like an open system, kind of like a Tottenham where man just has to attack, and that's it, bro. Like I think he's very limited. I think he's very limited, bro. I can't lie.
He played well on Sunday. He actually played left wing. Right?
Yeah, but would you say he's thriving? I wouldn't say he's thriving, blood. Like Gusto don't look good in the system.
I wouldn't say he's thriving.
Don't look good in the system. No, Gusto looked way better last season.
I think, yeah, for me, that's what it is. The main guys that have regressed, I would say, is probably Palmer and Gusto because of how good they were last year.
Jackson as well.
Yeah, Jackson. You can argue
Jackson was better last year.
Yeah, Jackson was better last year, but Jackson still had shit finishing last year. So
he did, but he was getting on the ball more.
It's nothing new, yeah. But Jackson's gotten the ball in a lot of games this season, bro. Like where he's just bare sloppy on the ball. Even in this game, when he started the game off, Rants, he was so sloppy on the ball, bro. Like there's certain games where Jackson, he's like he's Messi on the ball, and there's other times where man's legit like Gallagher on the ball, bro. Right, where man's just slipping everywhere. There's no in between with this guy. You know what I mean? But the main two that I'm looking at that have really sort of regressed is Palmer and Gusto, because Gusto last year for me was our second best player after Palmer, bro. Yeah, if it wasn't for Palmer's season, he would have been my player of the year, right? And obviously Palmer, we know what Palmer did last year, right? But again, it goes back to accountability for these players. Yeah. Cole Palmer started in the right half space where I like him. So do many Chelsea fans. That's where we want him to be playing, right? That's where he wants to, what we want him to be moved to. He played there second half against Fulham, was pretty average. He played there the other day, was pretty average, right? Enzo Fernandez was played in the left half space.
So you're saying it's down to him. His form is down to him just not playing well.
Bro, I've said all season, his form is about 70, 80% him, about 20-30% on Maresca, right? Because there's been many times this season where I'm like, yo, first half Palmer's cooking, and then why have you moved him to the left in the second half, right? But then there's been things where I'm seeing man on the left half space getting in positions he was getting in last year, and he's missing, yeah? And the thing people need to realize as well, Palmer doesn't just stay in one position. He floats everywhere, bro. Yeah, he moves around. He gets in different positions, different shooting angles for himself, right? Enzo Fernandez was moved. His position was moved the other day, and he was still influential. I didn't hear anyone coming out after the game saying, oh, Enzo got moved here, so he was playing shit. Enzo got moved, and he was still doing what I was seeing him doing in the right half space. You know what I mean? That's the difference here. So people need to start taking him accountable. The problem I've got with Palmer right now, he's not really ball carrying Rants. You know what I mean? A lot of what he's doing is quite static. Like,
I wouldn't say he's a ball carrier anyway.
Nah, but he's not a ball carrier like that. But I was seeing him progressing the ball a lot more last year. Like, even if you go check his stats right now, his progressive carries have gone down, bro, by about 12-13%. Yeah.
Last season, could that be down to the positions that he's picking the ball up in, though? Like, those are minor details. He's probably picking up the ball in different positions to the positions he was picking up the ball last season.
Bro, he's picking up the ball in similar positions, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, and this is someone that I love, bro. Everyone knows how much I like Cole Palmer. But
yeah, but is that factual though? Is that factual? Because he's playing centrally now. He was playing more from the right hand side. So
yes, bro, it's factual, bro. If you go check the areas of the pitch where he takes up the ball, yeah, the guy's everywhere, bro. Some games is in the right, some games is in the left, some halves is in the right, some halves is on the left. Like, he's had a mixture of both positions, if that makes sense. You know what I mean, right? And he's had some good games in both positions. When we played Wolves early on in the season, he got 4 assists. That was on the right. When we played against Brighton, he was mainly on the left. When we played against Newcastle and he smoked them, he was mainly on the left, right? So right now, bro, like I keep saying, we need to hold him accountable. You can talk about Maresca moving him around and all of these things, but bro, Palmer last season, I was seeing him getting the ball, winning a lot of fouls, trying to go past people. He's not a ball carrier like a Felix or like a Rodgers, but I'm telling you, Rants, in this game, I was watching him closely. He's getting the ball. Rather than driving through the middle, he was just trying to cross it. He's just trying to cross it, yeah? And I'm like, bro, like, just try to do a little something, bro, yeah? Last season when we played Everton, this guy scored 4 goals because he was just doing what he was doing on the pitch. No one could get near him, you know what I mean? Whereas right now, it kind of feels like he's got a handbrake up a little bit, bro. I'll be so real. When he gets on the ball at times,
but like, do you not think that's the system, though?
It's confidence. It's confidence, yeah? People need to remember, like, this guy, as much as I don't like bringing the age into it, he's still quite inexperienced in his career. You know what I mean? Right? He's going through a period in his career right now that he hasn't faced before. Yeah. It's the first time right now where, you know, he's not playing as well as what it was last year. Yeah. I'm telling you, bro, the performance last year against Everton was night and day in comparison to the other day. Night and day. He was very, very static on the ball. He wasn't really. I would say this about Saka. Yeah. One thing I like about Palmer is he takes the game by the scruff of the neck. He always wants to be involved in every phase of play, and he's going to run at people. Yeah. And that's what I wanted to see more from Saka. This season from Palmer, I'm seeing different, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe that's down to a lack of freedom, bro. Like, man are saying that it's down to confidence, but I think it might just, bro, he just doesn't look like he's enjoying his football as much, bro. And I think it's because he's got a lack of freedom, bro. Like, I don't necessarily think it's a confidence thing, bro. I don't buy players like him are not confidence players, bro. He's one of them players. Get me the ball. Like, them players don't rely on confidence. They just need the ball.
Yeah, but that exactly, Rants. That's what he is. That's what he should be. But he's not showing it on the pitch, and that's why I'm harsher on him. Right? I'm harsher on these sort of players because I know they can do it. You know what I mean? When people talk about freedom, bro, I'm seeing Enzo Fernandez playing in similar positions to this guy, and he's still being influential. He's floating everywhere, bro. I see Palmer in so many positions. Just going back the other day against Ipswich, people trying to tell me this guy hasn't got freedom. Go check his heat map against Ipswich, bro. He was dropping deep. He was playing at the top of the diamond. He was on the right. He was on the left, right? This guy's getting a lot of freedom because if you actually go check his underlying metrics, number one, he should have more assists, right? He's creating more chances at the minute. He's missed about double the big chances that he missed last season, yeah? So how can a man be, you know, doing all these things, still creating at a higher rate, you know, still having good chances at a good rate, but man are telling me the system shit, it's not giving him freedom. It's not adding up, yeah? If his numbers will drop in terms of chances created and big chances he's had in that, I'll say, okay, cool, maybe he's not getting that close to the goal. But his numbers have actually improved. The problem here is two things. people aren't finishing the chances that Palmer's creating, and at the same time, he's not finishing the chances that he's getting. They're the two major things that are wrong with Palmer this season, bro.
I maybe. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe, innit? Like, I think it's easy to look at it that way and say potentially, yo, like he's playing the same, but the players around him maybe are not playing as good. But then, even if that's the case, you still need to look down to the manager and the system, because if the players around him aren't doing as well, that's still a system issue. Either way, like there's no getting away from it.
Yeah, but even start of the season though, I was saying on a lot of fan cams, even here, bro, I was telling you, like, we're not Cole Palmer FC anymore. We're playing as a team, right? And that's exactly what I want to be seeing, because if Palmer's in bad form and he's our go-to guy every single time, what happens, bro? What are we going to be looking at? Yeah. This season, I've been able to look at guys like Cucurella. I've been able to look at Caicedo. I've been able to look at Enzo. I've been able to look at so many different players that can do something for me, not just Cole Palmer. And that's exactly how it should be, right? Even in the first half of the season, I was saying, bro, for me right now, yeah, he's getting the numbers, but in terms of his overall performances, he's not looking as good as what he was last season, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I hear that. I just personally, the kind of player he is, I don't put that down to confidence. I don't put it down to confidence, because I don't believe he's a confidence player. I don't believe players like Cole Palmer, yeah, are either confident and not confident. I believe they're going to play the way they're going to play anyway. He just doesn't look like he's enjoying his football as much, and I genuinely think a player like Cole Palmer, like the best way to use them is you don't give them any instructions, you just let them play football in it. And I think Grealish is similar, and I just think with someone like Cole Palmer, I think there's too much thinking going on in his game, bro. He's not playing his natural game. It doesn't look to me that he's just out there just playing. It doesn't look like.
But I don't think Maresca's restricted his freedom, though. That's what I'm saying.
I think he restricts everyone's freedom, because Maresca's a manager that likes to manage in zones, bro. He's just one of those. He's very structured, bro.
Yeah, but Palmer gets in different zones. That's the point that I'm making, bro. If you watch the full 90 games, Palmer's never just in one position. I see Palmer floating everywhere, bro. You know what I mean? I see him floating everywhere right now, you know. So, like I said, you can look at the manager to an extent, but I'm looking mainly at Palmer this season, and that's because I rate him highly, right? Last season, when I was looking at Enzo Fernandez and how Poch was using Enzo, that's completely different. Poch was using Enzo as a 10. Poch was using Enzo. I'm seeing Enzo doing left wing shifts, bro. I'm seeing Enzo in certain games doing right wing shifts, bro. That's completely different. Playing just behind the striker, right? Where Cole Palmer's playing right now, he's taking up the same positions he was taking up last year. Same positions. Because I'm showing you right now, Rants, yeah? As much as his performances haven't been that great, if these shots that he was taking were going in, no one will be saying this about Maresca. No one will be saying this, yeah? Because he's missing it and they rate Cole Palmer, they want to try to shift the blame onto someone else. I don't view the game like that, yeah? Everyone can hold it, bro, no matter how good you are. You know what I'm saying? And right now, Palmer, I'm sorry, bro. I'm being this harsh on him because I've put him on a pedestal that I know he's on, right? For me, there was not a single better player in Europe last season, bro. Yeah? People used to tell me, watch when Cole Palmer starts to get doubled up. I saw him getting doubled up in bare games last year, and he'll still score. He'll still find a way to do something, yeah? Go remind yourself of the goal we scored against Everton when him and Jackson did that little link up. Branthwaite and that was trying to tackle him. Bro, bare man were onto him, but he still managed to find a way out of it because he was confident, right? That's a little, you know, mitigating factor that people need to remember. Go look at his face when we took the penalty against Leicester, yeah? That was the first time I thought Cole Palmer was going to miss. And I haven't said that once in like 18 months of man being here. You know what I mean? I could just tell right now, bro. I go to a lot of games, bro, and I'm telling you, he is getting frustrated with himself. There's bare times off the ball, I look at him, he'll shoot or whatever, and he'll miss, and you just see him doing all that, and just like, you know what I mean? Just like scratching his face. And
I understand that, but I think that could just be down to the fact that he's not enjoying his football, period, bro. I'll be honest, because you don't have a single attacker that's thriving. Not one. So how can it not be systematic?
Noni's got the best output in his career. You know what I'm saying? You've got
but in his career, but he ain't had a good career. So
you know, you're
saying he's got the best output in his career is crazy.
No, but you're talking about players that he's improved in the attack, right? Jackson, bro, it's not Maresca's fault that Jackson keeps missing some chances where man should just be bagging it straight away. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying, bro. Let's hold these men accountable, Rants, man. Let's stop looking at the manager first and always made this guy worse and he's made that guy worse. Gusto, I will give you, because Gusto should not be inverted. Gusto should not be in the 10s. Gusto should not be in the 8s. That's on Maresca, 110%. But Jackson missing from 3 yards out is pathetic. I'm not looking at Maresca for that. You know what I mean? And it was the same energy that I had for Poch. When I was seeing these lot missing, I was never blaming it on Poch. What I would blame Poch for was playing multiple people out of position and having that big hole in the midfield. That's what I blame this guy for, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah? But Jackson, bro, I'm sorry. I can't blame his form on Maresca, bro. This guy's been shocking in front of goal. And that's on him.
I hear that. I hear it. Now, bro, listen, I'm not gonna argue with that, but I just think it's not as cut and dry when everyone's not really performing.
Yeah, but can you say everyone's not really performing though? Like, you know,
yeah, I can, because you lot were nailed on for top 4.
Mhm.
You lot were supposed to be one of the teams, yeah, to push Liverpool, bro, with Arsenal, and you just fucking falling away.
Yeah, but let's go look at our recent results though, because obviously I know we fell off in it. Let me just go look at our recent results, yeah. Because I checked our form in the past, I think it was like 7 games or something, and I think we've only got 1 loss, bro, within that period. Yeah. So let me even go check the results right now. Hold on, bro. Where is it? Let me go all the way back to. You want to go back to early on in the year, yeah? All right, cool. So look, over this period, Brighton, that period where we played Brighton was a tough period. We were shit. Maresca was shit over that period, bro. Yeah. We picked up a lot of injuries against Aston Villa. He played Neto up top. We actually played better in that game. Cole Palmer, once again, he had a perfect opportunity to score. He slips against Martinez. I know you remember that chance as well, because that could have put us 2-1 up. Yeah. He slips against Martinez. He tries to shoot. Esri kicks it off of the line, right? And the last minute of the game, Jorgensen throws it into the back of the net. We lose that game. But overall, if you actually go break down that game, we create some good chances. We should have beaten them, right? You've got Southampton after that. We beat Southampton 4-0, yeah? We beat Copenhagen 2-1. We beat Leicester 1-0, right? We beat Copenhagen again 1-0. We lost against Arsenal, a game where we played Fofana right back. You played, Lavia wasn't there, Reece in midfield, and Cuckoo left wing. They scored that set piece, Marino, the corner, right? Yep. That shit game. We lost 1-0, right? We beat Tottenham, 1-0. We drew against Brentford 0-0. And again, in that game, Jackson, bro, a striker has the chance that he got in the second half. We fucking win that game, blood. Yeah? We beat Liga, Warsaw, whatever they're called, 3-0. We drew against Ipswich 2-2. Another game where we should have won, right? We beat Liga, we lost against Liga, to be fair, at home. We beat Fulham 2-1, well-deserved win. We beat Everton, well-deserved win. So when you actually break down our form recently, I know we haven't been playing the most tantalizing football in all of these games, but we've only lost 1 game.
I hear that. That's 1 game in what? How many months?
In how long has it been? So that was from February.
Yeah, well, okay. So you've
lost
one game
in the league. Yeah,
1 game in the league since February, which is great. But the run before that was like 2 points in 9 games or something stupid like that.
I know that, bro.
But that's where you died, bro. Like, so man can't overlook that, because you gave up so much ground here at once that what you're doing now isn't doing nothing.
No, bro, I'm not overlooking that, because I spoke about that at the time, bro. I spoke about how.
No, but that was a capitulation, bro. You went from being nailed onto top 4 to now every game's a cup final, bro. Like overnight, because you just couldn't buy a win, bro, and there was no real explanation for it. Like it wasn't, we got loads of injuries and that's why. Like, no, you were just playing shit, bro. You couldn't score.
Bro, exactly. That's what it was. The major thing during that time, it wasn't so much our defense, it was mainly the attack, right? This year, like I keep telling you, 2025, their attack has been relegation level. As much as the defense needs improving, I've been looking at the attack more often than not, right? But what I'm just saying is, after that little rough period after Christmas, in recent weeks, if you actually break down our form, it's actually not been bad. You know what I mean? Yes, against Ipswich, you should have won that game, but 1 loss in 6 games is not bad at all. It's just irritating that during that little period, that's where we dropped a lot of points. You know what I mean? Where we should have been winning.
Bro, like the fact that man's saying there that you're 14th in the form table in 2025, so that means you had a horrible January then. January.
I didn't do that, bro. But I'm not arguing against that. I'm the one that told you that fucking United picked up more points than us over that period. Did I not tell you this? Yeah,
precisely. So how can you be trying to find a positive and ignoring the fact that you man on form are worse than us, bro, and we're one of the worst teams in the league, bro? Like, bro, we were almost 17th.
I'm talking about our recent form, bro. I'm talking about our recent form, because if you actually break it down, bro, we should literally be 3 wins on the bounce right now.
No, you're right, recent form, but the league didn't start 2 months ago.
Yeah, but I've criticized Maresca though for these drop points at the start of the season though, and over Christmas. I've
But
criticized the players for that.
what's changed? What you saying? What just because Lavia came back now you're good?
No, what I'm saying is Lavia are coming back. I hope this guy can stay fit between now and the end of the season, because when you've got teams like Newcastle, you've got teams like Liverpool, bro. You've got Forest. We need someone like him because those teams in the transition, they're dangerous, right? When Lavia is in the midfield helping Caicedo, we can win back the ball a lot higher. Yeah. One of our better performances this year was against Newcastle at the Bridge. I'm pretty sure Lavia started that game, if I remember correctly. You know what I mean? Started correctly that game, bro. You know, in the midfield that game, if I remember correctly, bro. You know what I'm saying? But listen, I'm just saying, in our last 6 games, we've only lost 1 game, bro. Yeah, and our last 2 games have been W's. We've got 4 games left. We need at least 2 more wins, and 2 of those wins need to be against Newcastle, and we need to beat Forest.
What are the fixtures? What are the fixtures?
We've got Liverpool at home next. I'm hoping they're going to be drunk.
Yeah,
I'm hoping they're going to be waived, and then you've got who have you got? You've got Newcastle after that away. We don't like Newcastle away, blood.
Not a lot of people do, bro. Like that. Look where they're on the table.
Yeah, 100%. So listen, if we're not going to win that game, don't lose that game, blood. And then you've got Chelsea United after that at home. Again, I'm expecting us to win that game, but bro, you man are just fucking bookie when it comes to Chelsea. Forest away after that, and that's the last game of the season. So
and how many points do you need do you think to secure top 5? Because if Newcastle beat you, they pull away from you even further.
Yeah,
who else are you playing that are above you?
What I would say, so we're on 60 right now. I would say we need 66 points. We need 2 more wins. 2 more wins, bro. Yeah.
And you think you're winning 2 of them last 4 games?
We can. Do I think we will? I'm still. Yo, if we're clinical like the other day, we'll win these games. We'll win these games, bro. And I'm glad we're doing a guard of honor as well, because that should make these guys feel that pain. Yeah, make these guys feel that pain. I hope Igbali's there to watch it, and Bowley as well to watch it, because Caicedo, Lavia, these guys could have been winning the league right now. You feel me? They're at Chelsea right now. People are going to be mocking them when they're standing in the queue clapping these guys. Yeah. So use that as motivation. You know what I'm saying? If anything, take some pictures, hang it up in the training ground, hang it up, at the bridge and that, so you guys can see that we have to clap these guys off. You know what I'm saying?
No, but hold on a minute. Forest, you have to beat Forest.
That's what I said.
And you have to really, ideally, you need to take points off Newcastle because Newcastle are above you.
That's what I said.
Yeah. So, and then what are the other teams? You got United, but United above you, so United can't really affect what goes on up there. Liverpool can't really can only affect it by taking points if they've won the league already. So
what I'm looking at, Rants,
Forest and Newcastle, you need to take points off both of them teams. You need to beat both of them because they're in and around the area that you're in at the moment.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Those are 6 pointers, right? Because I'm looking at.
You need to beat both of them and perhaps pick up some points somewhere against us or Liverpool. So, to me, you need at least 7 points.
Yeah,
and 6 of them points need to come against them too.
7 for me will definitely get us in there, innit? But I think, for me personally, I think 66 will be enough. I think 66 will be enough personally. Yeah, I'm looking more at 5th, because as long as we finish above Forest and Villa, we will get top 5, right? I don't care about 2nd and 3rd and 4th, because you get the same thing. Yeah, you get the same thing, bro. You know what I mean? So, boy, listen, it's been a minute since we last beat Newcastle away. I think the last time we beat them was when Reece James scored 2 goals, bro. But listen, I'm just hoping in it we can do something against these guys. We need to start proving some people wrong, man. Honestly, I can't be going into the summer, Rants, and we've got same amount of points as what Poch got, or even less. Because right now we're 3 points away from the amount of points that Poch got. You know what I mean? So I need Maresca to better that tally and to finish above, like higher than him. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, bro. I believe that Newcastle you need to beat, bro. I'll be honest. I believe you need to beat them. So I don't think it's favorable. I think beating United and Liverpool doesn't do much for you, given the runs that Newcastle and Forest have. I think that you need to put a dent in whatever they're doing.
No, 100%. 100%. But
it's not easy.
That's what happens though. Listen, this is their fault. This is the team's fault for fucking about over Christmas, right? We beat Ipswich over Christmas. We beat Fulham over Christmas. We beat Palace over Christmas. We're 9 points better off. We're not scrambling like this, yeah? And that's what I kept saying at the time. when people are running away from this thing about competing, I'm like, bro, don't let these rivals get in your head. Yeah, if we're gonna compete or not. If we compete and we don't get there towards the end of the season, we're still up there. That's not a problem. At least we would have secured top 4 for sure. Because we would have won a lot. Would have won enough games to do it. Right. That period over Christmas, we're now paying for it again. There's so many games over that period where I'm like, that's 9 points right there that we've dropped. You know what I mean? That's how I'm kind of looking at things, bro.
I hear it, bro. Yeah, I mean, but it'd be interesting, bro. But I don't see you winning at St. James's. Could be wrong. Yeah, I mean, but I just don't see it. So
why?
I don't. I think it's difficult for you. I think it's difficult for you to get European football. And if you don't get European football, this season's been a complete failure.
Oh yeah, facts, bro. There's gonna be, like I said, it will be civil war. Yeah, it will be civil war because I don't think Maresca's gonna get sacked. I don't think he's gonna go anywhere, right? Because they're gonna be looking at how he's improved the team. You know, I know there's been a lot of faults in terms of his in-game management, in terms of the squad, how he's used the squad and whatnot. But at the same time, there's so many factors they'll be looking at, bro. The amount of individual mistakes at the back, the goalkeeper that we've got, the amount of chances that we've missed, the amount of chances we create, right? They'll be looking at all of these things and taking that into account. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see him getting sacked regardless, but I just can't be having those conversations. It's important we win, bro. We need to make sure that we get back in there, bro. I'm telling you, I don't even want Europa. I'm tired of that song, bro. I don't want Europa. I want Champions League now, bro.
No, I hear it. Do you know what I'm saying? But bro, you could end up qualifying for Europa in league position and by winning the Conference League as well, bro. I can't lie. Champions League's looking, I don't know, but it's looking like it's looking distant for you, man.
Let me even go check right now. So Forest next year, they have Brentford at home. Yeah. And right now, Wisa and fucking Mbuemo, blood. You get me? These men are on fire. Then they've got Palace away. That is not an easy game. Yeah.
Yep.
And then they've got Leicester, which they should win. That's 3 points right there, bruv. They've got West Ham, away. They should beat West Ham. But then again, West Ham, they're an awkward team at times. Then they've got us. Yeah. So I'm looking at 3 banana peels there for Forest, bro. It's not going to be smooth sailing. I know on paper we've got harder fixtures, but people are looking at these fixtures and you're going to tell me that's easy. You're going to tell me Palace away is easy. You know what I mean? You're going to tell me Brentford right now is easy. You know what I mean?
But this is the point, bro. But this is the point. It's not easy, bro. Nothing about it is easy.
Let me tell you who Newcastle have as well. So Newcastle have Brighton away next. Yeah. Then they've got us, obviously, at home. Then they've got Arsenal away, right? And then they've got Everton at home. Do you get it? So again, easier fixtures than us, but I'm not looking at them there and thinking, oh, they're going to win all of them. You know what I'm saying?
Boy. Listen, I'll be real. If you're confident, you're confident. I respect it.
No, I'm not confident. I'm just saying that people need to look at these other teams. Are you them fixtures I've just read to you there, Rants, yeah?
You man are not creating nothing. I don't care what the stats say, bro. Like, I've watched enough Chelsea. You man know at the start of the season, yeah, I was like, yo, they got Felix, they got Sancho. I was like, yeah, man, I want to watch Chelsea. They got Cole Palmer. Brother, when I watch you, man, you never look like scoring goals, bro. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where the optimism is coming from, bro. I don't know. Like, bro, my eyes are not telling me what these stats are telling me. You know, when man are saying so and so has created more chances this season and big chance, bro. I'm not seeing it, bro. I'm seeing a team that don't look like scoring goals.
Bro, I think the chance creation dried up. Yeah, it really dried up when Jackson got injured, right? And when was having to play sort of Neto up top, right? But like I said, bro, against Ipswich, we pammed these guys. Against Fulham, we created more than enough chances to win that game, right? And then the last game, we created more than enough again to win that game. Everton, they are a defensive team, bro. What's his name? Branthwaite. He played very well in this game, bro. You know what I mean? But the difference here is that we were clinical. Yeah. Sometimes you're not going to be creating bare chances every single game. That's not realistic. But the best teams are clinical, and that's what we've been in the past 2 games. Yeah. If you go look at our start of the season, Rants, yes, we were creating at a good rate and whatnot, but our conversion rate was one of the best in the league. Jackson's conversion rate was better than Salah's. Yeah.
So what you're saying is, yeah, you were overperforming and now you're not. Is basically what you're saying.
Exactly, bro. What I'm saying is, at the start of the season, we were very clinical. We were creating chances, cool, but we were clinical as well. This time round, we've been creating chances, but not being clinical. That's been the major difference. That's been the major difference for me, bro. You know what I mean? And like I said, the past 2 games is clear proof of that. I don't know if you've seen Jackson's goal. Have you seen it?
I saw it today actually.
When was the last time you saw Jackson do that, blood?
Yeah, but exactly that was a fluke. That ain't his thing. Like you know them ones. He just caught it well. Like, but he ain't got that in his locker every week or every month even.
That's
Do you
my
know what I'm
point.
saying? It was a bit
Yeah,
of
but
good fortune.
Yeah, but that's my point though, because Jackson's been in many positions like that this year and he's not been clinical. We won that game because he was actually clinical, right? If we're clinical in these last games, we'll win. We'll win at least 2 of them, bro. Because I know this team creates. We create some good chances, bro. Some good chances in this team, bro. Yeah. Neto's improved slightly as well. This is someone I was chefing up start of the season. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But bro, he's actually been good the past few weeks. Sancho is another one that's been picking it up as well. You know what I mean? So boy, we just gotta carry on like that, man. I can't lie.
Bro, listen. All the best with that, fam. You know them way there. I can't see it. Personally, I cannot see Chelsea finishing in a Champions League position. I think you've left yourself too much to do. I think the teams around you, like all the teams that you're playing, I don't think any of them have any reason to be worried about you. Like, I don't. Do you know what I mean? We're shit, yeah. And I'm not really worried about Chelsea scoring, bro. I think the game's gonna be boring. Like that's what I think. It'd probably be crap, probably be 0-0. Like I'm not worried about that. I look at Forest here. Forest will park the bus against you lot, and they might hold you as well. Because if teams sit back, I don't think that you've got enough about you to pick the locks and break teams down. I'm not really seeing that right now. Like that's my honest opinion. I personally think that you lot. Yeah, but I believe that you man are either playing with the handbrake on or there's just a real lack of creativity in your team.
Yeah, but Rants, the problem that I've literally come on here many times and said to you, we're not scoring goals because we're not being clinical. In our last 3 games, we have scored 5 goals, bro. And none of them have been from Cucurella either. You know what I mean? These guys are doing what I want them to do. So how can I sit here and complain? When I'm telling man, you finish your chances, they're finishing them. Am I supposed to come here and still be negative about it?
No, I hear that, but who were your last 3 games?
Ipswich, we scored 2 against them from behind as well. We fucked up that, right?
Yeah.
Fulham, we scored 2 goals against them, right? And then again, like I said, Everton, we scored a goal against them and we kept a clean sheet.
Brother, we scored 4 against Everton and we're shit.
Yeah,
you know what? But this
last year.
Scoring 5 goals in 3 games against that opposition is not good, Don. Like scoring 2 against Ipswich and 2 against Everton is not good, bro. Like,
bro, you think I give
bro, the amount of money you man spent on attackers and you scored 2 goals.
You think right now I really care? But you think I really care right now about beating Everton 7-0, 8-0, 9-0, 10-0?
That's not
take the 1-0. I would take 1-0. I would take 1-0 right now until the end of the season.
I understand that, but I'm saying for what you spent on attackers, scoring 5 goals in 3 games against that opposition is not anything to really kind
but it's better than what I've been seeing recently. It's been better than what I've been seeing recently, bro. You're not listening. You've forgotten, bro. You've forgotten. I think the heat's getting to you right now, blood.
No, brother, listen.
I told you Cucurella is our highest goal scorer this year. This calendar year is our highest goal scorer. That should never be the case. That should never be the case, bro.
But which means you can't defend any of these attackers right now.
I'm not defending them. I'm just saying that in the past.
But you're saying that you're not being clinical. But my thing is, I don't think you're creating anywhere near enough.
To be real, bro. Right now, they've been clinical.
I just think you're not creating anywhere near enough, Don, bro. I think the whole clinical thing, is overrated because in football, most attackers are not clinical. The facts are the strikers or the attackers that score the most amount of goals in football are the ones that get the most amount of chances. So I think saying man are not clinical, is a cop out. I think we need to look at the fact that you're just not creating enough good quality chances, bro. That's what I think.
That's some bullshit, man. That's some bullshit, bro. Against Ipswich, bro. In the first 10 minutes of the game, we should have been 2 goals up. I'm seeing Jackson hitting the post from the fucking 6-yard box. I'm seeing Enzo getting so much time on the ball from Neto whipping it back to him. He man hits it far into Rose Ed, bro. Yeah, we should have been 2 goals up against Ipswich, and then it's floodgates. The floodgates you want to talk about, then it's floodgates, bro. You know what I mean? I'm seeing against Fulham some good balls that are going into the box for Jackson, right? And Jackson's movement is fucking shocking, bro. He's nowhere near the ball. I'm seeing George coming on straight away. His movement is the reason why he scored. Yeah. Neto's movement is the reason why he scored. Yeah. Against Everton, cool, clinical in that game. And we didn't really create many clear-cut chances. But I was seeing Pickford making some good saves. Yeah. Go watch the highlights back, bro. Madueke had some 2 good chances from left wing in that game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's your guy, bro. You said this is his best season ever, bro. And now we're saying that man's stinking the place
Actually
up.
has been. It actually has been, bro. It actually has
The
been.
fact that it's been his best season and he's only scored 7 league goals, yeah, that tells you that he's shit done, bro. You need to throw them stocks in the bin.
Yeah, but that's the point. The point here isn't, oh yeah, Madueke is now a starter. No one said that. I'm just saying that him.
but when I was talking about your attackers and how dead they've been, you were lauding Madueke for
because he's improved his numbers. He's improved his numbers, right?
Yeah, but the fact that he's improved his numbers and he's still shit, that tells you wasting money on him.
Yes, bro. No, that's what I mean. You didn't watch the game. You didn't watch the game, bro. Go watch his game. Go watch his game the other day, bro. Listen, I've criticized man for this. He's only scored 4 goals this season. Cool. That's fine. But the facts are, this guy has never got this many goals in his career at this point of his career, right? And next season, bro, I'm hoping we can keep him as a squad player. I don't want Noni starting week in, week out. Go back to the streams that I did in the summer. I was on my knees for Elise, bro. Yeah? Big pulls for that as well, blood. You know what I mean? Big fucking pulls on that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah? I'm just saying right now, bro, I've been very, very harsh on these guys. They've been shit in front of goal. And in the past 3 games, we've scored 5 goals. We've been clinical. You know what I mean? Yeah? In the last 2 games even, we've been very clinical. So we need to carry that on. You know what I'm saying? But people, I got blue diaries anyway. I got go. You don't want to hear what I've got to say.
Big up, guys. Yeah, Don's got blue diaries, man. All you Chelsea fans, if you want to go over there and continue the depression, bruv, you know them ones. Make sure you go and support his channel. The link to the channel is in the title. You already know what time.
I've got you, man. Anyway, bro, you know what it is, yeah. You man are like the fucking these Chelsea fans, these old guys I keep seeing outside the bridge, yeah, that are hoping for the team to fucking lose. You know what I mean? We're getting these W's, and it's still not fucking enough for you, man. Like,
nah, done, bro. Man just don't like the toxic positivity, bro. Man don't like.
Nah. Oh, because you're drowning, yeah. Because you're drowning, I should be drowning like you, man.
No, but I'm saying, but bro, we're drowning, but you're barely afloat, blood. Considering, you know them ones there, like we're drowning, yeah. But you're on the Titanic.
Bro,
you know them ones there, like it's the same thing, bro. You're on the Titanic, you're on a luxury boat, but the thing's sinking, bro.
Bro, there's nothing toxic about what I'm saying, yeah, because you man know I'm real with it, blood. When I want to crash it on these man, I will crash it on these man. When they fucking deserve it, they fucking deserve it. But the last 3 games, I can't really crash it on them, bro. Ipswich, yes, I can crash it on them. But the past 2 games, I was happy with those games, bro. I'll be real. Bro.
I hear it, man. Hey, you lot, make sure you subscribe to Don's channel. The link is in the title. Man's back here with Flawless for Red Talk now, and then we got the part 1 of the hate along. You get me? So it's gonna be an interesting evening. What's your predictions for the PSG Arsenal game, my bro? Before you leave,
bro, I'm hoping for PSG to take a W back. But I'll happily take a draw back, you know what I mean? Because I think away, bro, them Parisians, yeah, the way they are, Rants, you know what I mean? They're fucking loud, bro. They'll put people off, right?
Yeah, I hear it. You know
I'm predicting a draw.
Fair place. Do you know what I mean? Big up, bruv, listen, I'm predicting, yeah, just anything but Arsenal win is good for me, brother. You know them one. You know what I'm saying? Big up everyone inside. Run up the likes, people. And I'll see you guys